Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for coming. This is a just a last minute live. I hope everybody is doing good. I am doing great. I just want to talk a little bit about people having selective amnesia. I always say, please stop playing in my face. I hate when people play in my face. Hey, Lady Shay, how are you? Thank you for coming through. Uh, Phoenician, how are you? Thank you for coming through. WTAC, thank you for coming through, sweetie. I appreciate you. Um, I don't know if you guys, what's up, Garrett? Nobody pissed me off today. Nobody pissed me off. This is no, and for nobody in particular. So I don't want people coming up here. Oh, she talking about this person. I'm talking about people in general. What's up, Double Speaks, and how? What's up, Vetted? And how people be playing up in your face, and they think that oh, it's all good and well. They done forgot, or act like they done forgot, whichever one. But it's a little bit because people lack accountability. That's number one. So that's just something that in this day and time, I'm sorry, I'm moving and talking. Hope you guys can hear me. In this day and time, a lot of people be playing in folks' faces. They act like they didn't do nothing. They act like, oh, well, that was a long time ago. Yeah, but like I told you yesterday, I remember everything. And if anybody's like me in here, you don't forget things easily. Okay. There's just some things that you will never forget. And it is what it is. But I'm going to share with you two videos. I'm going to share one with Cassandra. What's up, twin? Um, 973. I'm going to share one with Cassandra, and then I'm going to share Cassandra Mack. The other one is going to be with Miss C. Talibert, VOH. And so I'm going to share her. So I just want to share these videos with you because you might have had somebody in your life that has had selective memory and amnesia, and they forgot, exactly what they have done, you know what I'm saying? And oh well, we had our differences. You damn right we had our differences. And but you know what, you still did not admit to what you've done. So but they don't think they do anything. I talked about that yesterday, how people all of a sudden, well, that was in the past. We had our differences. I'm feeling great today. Thank you for coming through, Dallas. I appreciate you. I'm going to share this video with you, and we're going to continue to move forward. But I hope that you guys stick around. Like I said, think you guys will actually like what is being said, because like I said, people seem to forget what they have done. And some of us can be like that too. Some of us can have selective memory. We know good and well that we have offended somebody or we've done something to somebody, but we forget because number one, sometimes we don't care, and then sometimes we just want to just smooth it over and act like it didn't happen, but it did. Whatever you do, and don't forget that people more than likely are not going to forget. And even if they do forget, at the end of the day, you know what you've done. And so, and people try to act stupid, but they know exactly what they're doing. And I'm going to share this with you guys.
Had someone, friend, family member, co-worker, where you brought something up to them that actually happened. It was actual and factual. They have selective amnesia. And not only do they play dumb when you refresh their memory, but they play the victim. Put a 1 in the comments so I know you can relate to what I am.
Do people do they act like the victim once you remind them that and if you're like me, that I have a memory like an elephant. I can remember conversations, I can remember how you were sounding, I can remember what I said, I can remember like the mood at the time. I I am that detailed. So when people try to tell me that ain't what happened, I wish I had a recorder. I wish they could, something that could go back and go down the line of what happened so that they can see that I remember. You know what I'm saying? And you might be like me. You'll have people that will do that and they said, well, I don't remember that. Well, maybe that was you. And then they start the projecting. And basically, projecting is basically putting what they do or what they would do on you. And they try to act like it was your fault, that you're the one that did something to them, when actually it's the other way around. But let me keep going.
Talking about. So there is a such thing as real selective amnesia, but that's not what I'm talking about here. So real selective amnesia is a type of amnesia that causes a person to lose specific parts of their memory, and it is often the result of someone who has gone through a severe trauma may be able to recall certain parts of the incident that happened during a certain period of time, but not the entire situation. That's not what we're talking about in this video. What we are talking about in this video is someone who does you dirty, somebody who throws you under the bus, somebody who mistreats you in a wicked way. And now all of a sudden, when you confront them about it, when you tell them how what they did, now all of a sudden they got selective amnesia and they're going to try to turn it around on you and play in your face like you boo boo the fool. And so it's hard not to get frustrated when you are on the receiving end that you and I were both there at the same time on the same date, and you and I know that this happened. Like anytime I'm dealing with you, I need I need to videotape it, because when you open up your mouth, lies fly out your. Don't even open up your mouth and say no more, because lies fly out your mouth. And oftentimes, when you're dealing with narcissistic personality types, this happens, and it can be really, really frustrating. And I wanted to talk about this today because recently I had a one of the members of the YouTube channel out because she is going through this situation and asked if I would make a video on it. So here you go. So there's a couple of reasons why someone who really, knows that they did you wrong. You were both there the same day, same time. Other people may be around as well, right?
Hey,
And they know what
T-Rail,
happened.
how are
It was
you?
actual and factual, but they are going to pretend they have no idea what you're talking about. They pretend selective amnesia. There are three reasons primarily. And if you find that there are more, put them in the comments. So I'm going to hone in on three reasons. Number one, they don't want to be accountable. When you're dealing with a personality type who is manipulative personality types, you have to remember that the goal of a manipulative person is to do what? Manipulate you. So if a person is trying to manipulate you, if they are trying to distort your reality, if they are trying to gaslight you, right? They're not going to admit that they're trying to do these things, because the whole purpose is to be able to uh, influence you, try to control you by not being accountable, by not admitting that they do the things that they do, by trying to make you believe that it was your fault, even if they did something incredibly cruel without cause, right? So do know that. And so when you're expecting honesty from a liar, it's like expecting to find fish in the sand. How are you going to find fish in the sand? That's not their habitat. And so when you're dealing with a person who is, every time they open up their mouth, they lie. How do you expect honesty and truth from somebody who lies? So when you're dealing with a deceitful personality type, that's going to be one of the dynamics.
Let me tell you guys something, and this might be a small crowd tonight because, like I said, most people don't. A lot of people don't like hearing stuff of this type of caliber. I don't know, if I was yelling and screaming and cussing people out, then the chat would be full. But I will say this: I can't worry about that. I can only do the content that I see fit that would work for me. So I can't worry about that. But what I will say is I have been in this position more than I can even count. There has been people that have accused me of things that they actually were guilty of. I don't know if you remember a couple of months ago, I had a situation uh, with the life coach over there, and she was accusing me of things, and I was like, no, that is a lie. And I had to go through all of the past and try to go through and dissect it because she was putting things out there that was not true. Like me wanting to like the attention of a married man, not that kind of thing. Um, and I had to go through that, going through having to go re I guess go to the past, bring all that up, then dissect it, then tell my side of the story. It becomes a bit irritating because you have people that are so manipulative, have such selective memory and amnesia. They are so they not only do they have selective amnesia, they lack any type of accountability, and you will see that in real life. Hey, Rebirth, how are you? You will see that in real life. You will see that people do not know, and they will not take accountability for the things that they've done, the things that they said. They won't do it because it's not in them to do it. When you have people on here that don't take accountability for nothing, it's all about them, me and myself and I, and that is the prototype of a narcissist. They're extremely selfish and self-centered. They have no accountability for no one. They can do and say anything to you, and then they forget that they did and said what they said. And then when you try to go back and show them this is what happened, A, B, and C, they'll say you're a whole lie. You've lied about everything. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Hey, T-Rail, I hope I spoke to you. This is what Miss Cassandra is talking about. You will have people like this that take no accountability, projection, and more, no take accountability and projection. Hey Albert, how are you? And this is what is going on in these not just YouTube but in your everyday life. Adult people are not adults. Actually, there's more grown boys and grown girls than adults. And that's just the bottom line. And you will find that as you deal with people, if you find a person that cannot take accountability for nothing, if you find a person, as soon as you tell them how you feel and what happened to you, they try to use projection, or they try to be manipulative and try to maybe put it on you, or put it on put it as your fault and not deal with the situation at hand. They are the people that you want to stay away from. Hey, CC, because they don't understand what it means to take accountability for anything. They see nothing that they do is wrong. Everything that they do is right. And that's, if you are right 100% of the time, something's wrong with you. Nobody is right 100% of the time. Nobody's right most of the time, depending on your perspective. It's that it really is your an opinion, because not all of us, if we are not a righteous judge, we can't always judge what is actually right and wrong. Sometimes what we think is right and how we see it is dead wrong. And people don't want to admit that. And so this is why when I talk about things like this, it won't be a lot of people, because people they don't care nothing about that. They want to be entertained all day. They want to be in the mess all day. Do you have a time in your life where you just actually sit down and look in the mirror and focus on you and see where your downfalls are and how you can work on those things, or what you need to work on and what things you have improved? Some of us are in the same place we was last year, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. Some of us haven't even grown. And when you haven't grown from year to year, something is wrong with you. That is my opinion, but logically, you should always be evolving as a person. You should never stop. So when you deal with people that are so self-centered, it's all about them. They have done stuff to you and they never take accountability for it. They feel justified for being whatever they were at the time. You need to stay far away from those type of people, because they will end up biting you in the butt. They will end up coming back and hurting you and stabbing you in the back. And really, they didn't stab you in the back, they stabbed you in the front, because they already let you know that that's who they are. So it's up to you to decide to stay there or to move on. And that's just what that is. We deal with too many narcissistic people in this world. And sometimes we have to even look at ourselves to see if we're that way as well. I had a friend to tell me, she said, Selena, you can be a little bit self absorbed. And I said, okay, explain. So, because I don't like people saying stuff on me and not explaining. So, when she explained what she meant by that, she said, sometimes you take things a little too personal and it's not about you. She says, not all the time, but some of the time. And she was right. I can be a little self absorbed, especially if I feel a certain kind of way and I'm a little sensitive at maybe that time of the month. I don't know. But I can't get in my feelings because I think it's about me, and it may not be about me. So we have to have not only us check us, we have to have people around us that don't lie to us and make us feel good when they know that we're dead wrong. Real friends, real people tell you the truth. They don't tell you everything you want to hear all the time, because that's not going to help you grow as a person. That's not going to help you to do better things in life if you always have yes men and women around you. So when you have people and you also hold yourself accountable, there's just certain things that you're going to put a stop to. I had to stop lying to myself about certain things. And what I mean by that is some things, when, people be like, are you okay? Or did you not like this? And I'd be like, oh, it's all right. It's okay. Now I'm like, nah, I didn't like that. Actually, I was offended. And let me tell you why. Before I was trying to be nice and not really ruffle anybody's feathers, but I was really hurting me, because once they did something else, I went ballistic. That that was because I wasn't being true to myself. And sometimes being too nice, like I told y'all yesterday, could be a detrimental to you and to other people, but especially to yourself, because you're lying to yourself. So you dealing with people that don't have no respect for nobody. It's all about them. It's all about what they want. It's all, they use a lot of projection. They're so manipulative with their words. Well, I didn't mean to do that. I'm not that type of person. And maybe we had our differences, but we can move on from there. Did you acknowledge what you did? Absolutely not. Because again, you don't feel like you've done anything wrong. So people need to really stop with the foolishness. And I hate when people play in my face. It's two things that I'm asking, I'm praying about that God will take away from me. Is wanting to cuss people out and wanting to hit folks because I hate when people play in my face. And unfortunately, you can't hit nobody on here on YouTube. But those are the things that though, like when people play in my face and act like they didn't do nothing when they had a whole bunch of stuff to do with it, that is what pisses me off. And that's when I go ballistic because I'm like, how dare you? If I can admit where I could have went wrong when I went left, can you not admit that as well on your end? That kind of stuff pisses me off. So but again, sometimes you have to refresh people's memory because since they so easily forget what they've done to you, sometimes you have to refresh people's memory and let them know, oh yes, you did this. Oh really? Yeah. Uh-huh, you did that too. So you have to refresh people memory, even though some people it go in one ear and out the other, because some people don't want to take accountability for nothing. But you will have to refresh some people and let them know, yes, girl, I'm going through that right now on YouTube. Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's too many grown girls and grown boys on here. Nobody, I have never seen so many childish people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. Like, this is unusual for me. But we are living in a world where people now they just be doing stuff. So I'm gonna finish playing this, and if anybody would like to come up, let me know.
And so it really comes down to understanding, what can I tolerate and what is just too much at a certain point where I have to love you from a distance. I have to deal with you from a distance. I have to feed you with a long handle spoon. So it may be a point in time where you have to make that decision when you're dealing with a particular individual because you're dealing with a deceptive personality type. And
Stay away from people that are so deceptive. Like I said, they can't admit anything that they've done. You are wasting your valuable time and energy with people like that. If a person lies about everything and don't see nothing that they do wrong, again, run, run. Don't stay. Don't stick around. Run.
that's their nature, that's their habitat, that's what they do. Now any one of us can lie, nobody's perfect, but I'm talking about somebody that they walk through their whole lives trying to manipulate people, trying to get over on people. They move through the world with a narcissistic, self-absorbed lens. How are you going to change their personality type? You can pray for them, of course. We got to pray for those who persecute us. You can pray that they come around. You can pray that they see the light, but they also have free will, right? So they have to want to turn their life around. They have to want to stop being deceptive. They have to want to stop gaslighting and trying to get over on people. You can't make anyone do anything, and neither can I. So you have to keep that in mind that people are people and we know them by their fruit. So that's number one. They simply don't want to be accountable. Number two, if they were to admit the wicked thing they did, they would also be admitting to their true nature. Now, this is a tough one. If they were to admit to the difficult thing or the wicked thing, I should say, that they did, they would also have to admit to their true nature in that
Do you
situation.
know people cannot admit to their true nature? Even I have struggled sometimes to admit with my true nature. Your true nature could be a lot of different things. Your true nature could be that you're a sweet person, but you're also highly manipulative. Um, you are very sensitive to others, but you also can be very self-absorbed. So it's things that you have to admit by I would say to yourself about yourself, right? And a lot of times you have people that will not admit that they are really a liar, that they are really a mean-spirited person, that they are really a lousy person, that they are really just a straight up just a waste of space and breath. you know, most people will not admit to their true nature, and most people will not even admit, hey, I'm a hateful person. You know what I'm saying? Who really wants to hear themselves say that they're really a hateful person when they are? But it's some people that are really hateful people. They have a hateful spirit. Nothing good comes from them. Everybody they touch, it's something they are harming somebody with their words, with their actions. They are truly by nature, from what they have portrayed, a hateful person. So they can't be truthful and tell themselves and other people, I'm really a hateful person. I'm really a liar. I'm really a very manipulative person. They try to dance around it, or they'll try to project it and put it on another person. I can admit I'm a little self absorbed. You know what I'm saying? I can be mean. I can be extremely petty. you know, I can be sweet. That is true to my nature. I try to be a very genuine person, but when I feel slighted or when I feel like somebody playing in my face, I can be hateful. Yeah. And I think people just need to be honest about that. But people can't be honest about how selfish they are. People can't be honest about how much of a female dog that they act at times. They can't be honest because it makes them feel bad about themselves. But if that's truly who you are, that's truly who you are. Quit projecting it on other people and deal with you. That's people's problem.
And so let's say you're dealing with a person who was just using you for your money.
What's up, Cutting Edge? What's up, the B?
They would have to admit that, right? So for them to say, yes, I stole $500 from you on 4 different occasions, and I also took your credit card when you were sleeping, and I did dot 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 dot. You can fill in the blanks. So for them to admit that, they also have to admit that that is a part of their personality. That is how they move through the world. Like we talked about earlier, but they want to get whatever it is they're trying to get, and they may want to also do it to other people, because a lot of times you find when somebody does you wicked, you're not the only one. You just may not have met the other people who they have done it to. So if they have left a trail, right, of victims wherever they go, and if they are still, once they get their fill of you, want to try to be that person, they don't want other people to be on to the real them, because
Hey, Common Sense, how are you? Good to see you. Um, yeah, when you find a person that always has a reputation of getting into it with people and doing stuff to people, and just acting a fool wherever they go, that's truly their true nature. There's nothing else. And yeah, and some things are hidden behind trauma. Some things are hidden behind things that have happened to us in our past, right? But the end of the day, that's truly who they are. If they are truly a thief, they everywhere they go they steal. They are truly, that's their nature. And when people, like I said, I remember when I was my former supervisor always told me, your reputation is your currency. And if you really listen to that statement, that should say a lot, because when I heard it at first, I was like, wow, your reputation follows you wherever you go. Now I ain't talking about no YouTube stuff, because people don't really know you on here unless you always on here acting a fool and doing stuff. That's another thing. But people in your real life, if your reputation follows you, and everywhere you go, you either stealing something, you either lying your butt off, you either always causing discord and trouble with people, you're abusive in your speech or in your physically, and that reputation follows you wherever you go, that is who you are. That's who you are. And most people like to hide behind a mask as if that's not really them. And then they say, well, did you see that person over there? They was over there stealing too. Did you see that person over there? They was lying. They lie all the time. And all of that is projection, because everything that they're saying that person has done and is doing, that's really what they're doing. So, yeah, a lot of the times people will do that. Your reputation is going to follow you wherever you go, good, bad, or indifferent. That's just how life is. So your name really says a lot. When people in my real life, I ain't talking about on YouTube, hear Selena, I want them to hear that she's a hardworking young lady. She's a genuine young lady. She tries to do her very best. She's polite. She don't play, but she's cordial. She's polite to people. I want somebody to say, I have good mannerisms, not I'm out here cussing everybody out. I'm stealing. I'm lying to everybody. Um, I'm constantly don't have a positive thing to say about anybody. She's just constantly negative. She's negative Nancy. Like, don't nobody that has some sense want a bad reputation. So your reputation and what follows you is currency. It's very important. Now there's a thing that people have perceptions about people, and sometimes, like I was talking about yesterday, sometimes your perceptions can be wrong, but sometimes they could be dead on. So, but whatever it is, if it's especially if it's negative, don't let it be true what they're saying. Let me keep going.
They're wearing a mask in order to be able to get in good with the people who they want to bleed dry for whatever resources, whether it's the resource of money, the resource of a place to stay, the resource of emotional support, whatever the resource is, right? So if someone is trying to use people and that's how they walk through the world, they're not going to want to let their next victim know, or the next potential victim know, that that's how they really move through the world. And by them coming above board and being honest with you and risking you wanting somebody else, right?
Hey, Red
Then
Money.
they lose out on potential supply if that's a narcissist, and they lose out on potential gain from their next potential victim. So these are the things that I see a lot of believers where the difficulty comes in, right? Is that a lot of believers I find walk through the world thinking that other people live by their same code of ethics, by their same standard of food. And if you heard me say this scripture once, you've heard me say it 100 times, and you will keep hearing me say it. So we know people by their fruit. And I think what happens for a lot of believers, right? We love the Lord, we are seeking first the kingdom, but just because that's how you move through the world, or that's how I move through the world, not perfect, but seeking God and moving forward, doesn't mean that everybody you encounter moves through the world like that. And you're going to be sourly disappointed. We tend to judge people, and by judge, I'm not talking about judge look down on. I'm talking about judge meaning assess, evaluate. We tend to assess and evaluate people by our fruit. And you will hear believers say, well, if that were me, I would never do that. But it's not you. You're going to have to drill this in your head. They're not you. Well, if that were me, I would never. Well, I would do that. That's you. That's you. When you expect you from other people, rather than simply evaluating the type of fruit you dealing with, you will be perpetually disappointed time and time again. See, when I know that I am dealing with whatever type of personality I'm
Thank
dealing with, a
you.
shark who's out for
Go
blood,
ahead, Wayne.
I trust a shark to be a shark. I trust a shark to be a shark.
Believe people when they show you who they are. And thank you so much, Baldhead Wayne. You're such a support. I really everybody's a support. I appreciate everybody for coming in. It's good to see you. Um, you will find out that you can't make people who you want them to be. People are who they are, and their true nature is always going to come out. So once you find out you dealing with a fool, it behooves you um, to move around, to move around, because um, and see, people have to realize when I tell people I'm cordial with people, with certain people, I'm cordial with them. That's all that it means. I'm cordial. You know what I'm saying? And that does not mean that I'm cool with that person, that I agree with everything that person does, and I look up to that person, and I it don't mean nothing like that. It just means that I'm cordial, I'm polite. And ever since I've been using it, now people are starting to say it for some apparent reason. But I think you can be cordial with people that you don't see eye to eye with, or you don't like what they have, their personality, or you don't like some of the things they do. You know, the problem that I have is like when you're like downright just disrespectful and you just coming at me crazy, then I'm going to match your energy. You know what I'm saying? And I might not go all the way to the gutter, maybe like that other person, but I will let you know you're not gonna be talking to me any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I can be cordial with a snake, because if we go back to the Bible, Jesus was I felt like he was cordial with Judas. He knew Judas was a snake. He knew Judas was gonna betray him for 30 pieces of silver, but he didn't let on to him that he knew what was going on. He just treated him accordingly. And that's what you have to do to people sometimes. You don't have to always come out with your knife or your gun. I see you, snake. If you have any type of wisdom and discernment and discretion about yourself, sometimes there's no need to always announce certain things, okay, or what you see. You see it for who it is and who they are, and what they got going on, and you act accordingly. And sometimes acting accordingly is not always calling things out. Sometimes acting accordingly is just, okay, I see you. You ain't my type of people, but I can coexist with you. We do that every day on our jobs. There's people we don't like on our jobs. We know that's a snake that will go back and tell the supervisor everything you do. But we still find a way to be cordial with that person because we are at work. And that's just how life is. You don't just go around letting people know, "Oh, I know you a snake." And I'm coming out with my machete and my gun and all that kind of stuff. Like sometimes that's unnecessary. People kind of know, even if you are cordial, they know if you don't really fool with them like that or not. I mean, for the most part. So I know for me, people will know real fast. I'm cordial with you. I'm okay with you, but I'm not gonna go too far with you either, because I understand what and who I'm dealing with. So instead of me wasting my time and then trying to be fake and being cordial, not being fake, that's just hey, I see you for what you are, and yeah, I'm just gonna watch you over here. But hey, how you doing? And that's not being fake. Being fake is, hi, how are you? And all up in their face. And I can't stand that person. This person's a snake. Okay, to me, that's fake because you acting like you like that person, but you really don't. Just hello. Let's just keep it simple, keep it nice and cute. But that's about it. So people have different descriptions of being cordial, but that's how I see it. And that's how I maneuver when I'm dealing with people that I know ain't my type of people, but They haven't did nothing to me personally, but I still keep him at arm's length. As my grandmother would say, a long handle spoon.
When I got to go in a room full of sharks, I'm never disappointed because I expect the shark to be a shark. And I know that I can't allow them to see any weakness in me because sharks smell blood. So because I know that going in, I know that I got to be prayed up and slayed up in the word of God so that I can seek God's move. What do? Because sometimes we can't avoid every person that has a wicked heart. We can't avoid every room where there's an individual that's wicked because you're going to have all kinds of people in the room. And your gifts are going to make room for you. They're going to put you in rooms with the gifts they're going to put you in, and you're going to have to know how to discern very quickly how to read the room, how to read the room, how to apply situational awareness as a teacher. Because when you're dealing with someone who wants to have selective amnesia, you will frustrate yourself beyond belief, allowing them to get under your skin. Sometimes you just got to trust a liar to be a liar. I expect you to be a liar. I expect you to be a liar. Don't even open up your mouth and say fly out. So that's the second reason. Third reason, they want to control the narrative and they want victim while making you the villain. So you got to remember that's how deception works. Deception is not rooted in honesty. Deception moves through the world as a taker, right? As a taker. And they just take from everybody. They use up everybody. They move through the world like a parasite almost, right? And you move through the world as a giver, as a sharer, as a person that you're not out here trying to hurt nobody. You walking in purpose and destiny, but that doesn't mean that they're walking in the same direction that you're walking. So when they're moving through the world as a taker, as just trying to suck the life out of people, right? And they want to control the narrative. They want to make you the villain and themselves the victim because when they make you the victim and they make you the villain, their lives and suck the life out of because people believe that they're the good guy and you're
Hey Marissa, and I think I spoke to you double speaks, but I don't know for sure. I'm glad to see you. Um, have you ever had spiritual vampires in your life? People that suck you dry of any good joy, glad, any happiness, positivity. They just suck the life out of you. If you've ever dealt with spiritual like spiritual vampires, you will understand what I'm saying. They take everything that is good from you and they distort it in their sick minds and make it seem like you're a monster. And so they do a lot of projection and they turn the tables on you and they make you into the villain when they are truly the villain. Do y'all remember for the women that have used to look at Snow White and how the queen was actually very beautiful, and she turned herself into a witch to give the poisonous apple to Snow White. That's kind of how some people like that are. That the spiritual vampires, they have a beautiful countenance. They act like they're so nice, that they're so giving, that they are genuine, they don't lie, they are a solid person, when only to find out that they are a witch or a warlock. They are somebody that will suck every good thing out of your life because really they might be jealous or envious of you. So they want to discredit you. They want to make you into the villain, even though they know that they are the true villain. They want to vilify you. I'll say that, and make you seem like you are the person that is causing the drama. You are the person that is actually doing things out here to damage other people when they are the very ones that's doing it. I don't know about you, but I've had my share. And every time I'm learning to be smarter and smarter, and my thing now, I don't go through that too much now because now I'm very, I'm not going to say standoffish, but I'm more alert, and I probably overthink and pay attention to stuff that I probably overthink a lot of times. So, but it's still at the same time, I'm still being very alert and I'm paying attention. Where before I was very frivolous, I didn't pay attention. I was just going with the wind. And sometimes when you go with the wind and you trust people to be a decent person, you are the person that actually will get hurt because they're gonna make you seem like the worst person that ever lived. You're a whore, you steal people's husbands, you a cheater, you will lie about everything, you steal, you a thief, you just go around starting fires and run away, throwing a rock hiding your hand. You all of these bad things. You have such a horrible spirit and all this kind of stuff they will put on you. And all of them are just lies, and they're actually projecting what they feel about and know about themselves. But they want to suck all the goodness out of you and have you looking crazy out here, having you look like you was a straight up monster when it's actually them. Y'all run away from them type of people. Don't let them stay. If you see them do it to other people, trust and believe when they get mad at you, they're going to do you the exact same way. Trust and believe.
A
Hey,
monster.
Dre.
And so it's important to understand this because I think too often we believe as believers that everybody thinks like us. We believe as believers oftentimes that everybody is operating from the mindset of Christ, right? The scripture says, let the same mind that was in Christ be in them. There are some people that's letting the mind of Satan be in them. And you got to remember that. And some of these people can be people you work with, can be people you have went to high school, college, you grew up on the block with, could be members of your own family, could be somebody you're in a romantic relationship with. Because we know people by their fruit, not by their title, not by whether or not they're related by blood, not by whether or not we work on the same job. So those are three reasons why a person will have fake selective amnesia, where they will play in your face, pretend they have no idea what you're talking about, and factual.
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember what you said. And that happened. I don't remember doing that. I would never do that to anybody. I'm telling you, that's what happened. This is not something that I'm making up in my mind. Like sometimes some people they don't want to take no accountability for nothing. They will continue to keep on as woe is me, I'm the victim, not you. I didn't do none of that. You did that. And then after they say that, they'll have the nerve to say, well, I don't remember that. I don't remember doing that. I don't remember saying that. So you remember this, but you don't remember that. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? This is when you know people are playing in your face. They're just playing in your face. And that is and to me that's insulting because that says that they think less of you, that they think that you're dumb, that you can't see through their foolishness. So it's really insulting to me when I deal with people like that. And it just makes me want to just do something to them and not pray for them because it's like you know what you're doing. You just choose not to acknowledge it. So, like I said, we living in a world where people now they have no regard for anybody but themselves.
factual. And here's the thing: you can even have a video recording or audio recording of what went down, and they will still find some way to deny the facts and say, well, that doesn't really capture my intent. See, I didn't intend to hurt you. Don't let people play in your face like that. You are a believer. You have knowledge, you have wisdom, you have understanding, godly understanding, biblical understanding. So a lot of times when a person wants to evade accountability, rather than just saying, I am so sorry for I was wrong. People that even if you had an audio recording, you showed them the text messages with the date and time. You got the trail of text message. You're like, see, no, this is what happened. Well, it doesn't really capture,
I'm sorry.
my intent because I didn't intend. See, here's the thing, right? And don't let people dance around accountability by telling you that. Because, and I always use this example because it's plain as day. And as a now they didn't mean to, they didn't see you. So they didn't intend to hit you. They didn't wake up in the morning and say that I want to create mayhem and I want to change somebody's life in the worst way and I want to create harm. No, they didn't wake up like that. They may even be a nice person. They just didn't see you. Does it change the fact that you laying on the side of the road with broken legs? No, it does not. So the least they could do is to call help and to wait with you until help arrives to make sure that you. But imagine if their mindset was, well, I didn't intend to hurt this person, so I'm gonna drive off. I'm gonna drive.
Is people have to learn to take accountability, whether you meant to do something or not. There has been times where I have not meant to offend someone, and that person let me know that they were offended by an action that I did. Right, regardless if I understood it, it bothered and affected them. So with me taking accountability is not saying, well, it why would that offend you? That wouldn't offend me. I'm not that person. If a person is telling you that you hurt them or you offended them in any kind of way, hear what they are saying and take accountability for maybe your ignorance of not knowing. Okay? It's all about accountability. You don't have to really understand it. Just know that you have maybe hurt or offended somebody and you might not even, even try to do it. But it happened. So you take accountability for it, right? And hopefully you and that person can move forward. And sometimes y'all can't. It just depends on what it is, how bad the situation is, and what the person done. I'm not, everybody that does something to somebody is not always bad people. They're not always narcissistic people. They're not always vampires, like energy vampires. Sometimes it's because of our ignorance of certain things. Everyone is different and everybody has been raised different and everybody's at a different point in their life that they handle situations or they handle information differently, right? So where may this time I may be dealing with something, maybe some grief or something going on in my personal life, and something you could say that could really hurt my feelings because of what I'm going through, even though you didn't mean no harm. You're, you didn't mean no harm, but what you did or what you said, but because of what I was going through, it still hurt my feelings. So I'm letting you know. And with you being somebody that maybe cares about another human being, or you care, you want, you have a relationship, some type of relationship with that person, you want to make it right. That's called taking accountability for something that you may or may not understand. You don't always have to understand why a person feel away. Now some people are just too overly sensitive, and they just, you can't win with those type of people. But I'm talking about people that actually, you know, they, may have been going through something, but it may be something that you said that was insensitive to them at the time. So whether you think it is something to be upset about or offended about or not, that's beyond the point. It's about taking accountability if you offended or hurt somebody. But most people now in this day and time can't do that. They like, oh well, get over it, grow up, and that's the wrong type of attitude to have. Again, I'm not talking about the overly sensitive person that everywhere they go, they wearing their heart on their sleeve, or they're always angry, they're always popping off. I ain't talking about that type of person. I'm talking about somebody that's a little bit more normal, you know. Um, that just don't go off at at the drop of a dime. I'm talking about somebody that you maybe have some type of camaraderie with, or maybe your associates or friends, family, whatever, and they're telling you that something that you did they did not like, or something you did hurt their feelings. You don't just say, oh well, get over it. A lot of times people need to put themselves in other people's shoes, whether you agree with it or not. Take accountability for what you've done. That's what's wrong with the world now. People do not like taking accountability. It's two things if people would learn to do in life is to mind their own business and treat people like they want to be treated. The world would be in a much better place. And treating people like you want to be treated may be taking accountability for something that you may have wronged somebody about.
It's not really my fault. I didn't intend to hit them. 'Cause I ain't see them. So let me keep driving.
Hey,
And they just
CA.
leave you on the side of the road for anything to happen to you. I really want you to, it's the same principle when someone's actions cause you damage and harm, they evade responsibility by pretending they don't remember, by refusing to be accountable, by at least saying, I was wrong, by admitting that they stole from you, admitting that they used you, admitting that, and you can fill in the blanks. But it's paramount to them leaving you on the side of the road emotionally, and they can fall back on the defense. I didn't mean it. Even when a person don't mean it, even when you bump into somebody, you say, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. You didn't mean it. For, oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bump into you. You don't bump into them. You don't bump into them and say, you feel the bump. You handle it because I didn't. I didn't mean to do that.
See, that's a good way of getting really hurt. Because again, it don't matter how you feel sometimes. That's why I said, if you real self-absorbed and self-centered and you can't see nobody else, then you gonna have a hard time in this life, because people they're gonna feel a way if you offend them, or you hurt them, or just do anything to them and think you're gonna get away with it. That's not in real life. That's not gonna end well for you. And I don't understand where these people on this app. I think these people are more living in a reality TV show, like somebody said yesterday, because they think we are on set where the director's saying camera action, let's go, or cut, that kind of stuff. We're not on a set here, okay? We're not on a set here, and at the end of the day, we're all flesh and blood. And I don't know where these people get some of their home training from. I don't know if they've been raised by wolves, or some type of, I don't know what type of mindset some people have been raised up under. And I'm not trying to be judgmental, But the way some people act, they have no regard for anybody. None. You have to, like, I don't know, when I was growing up as a child, my people told me if I did something to hurt somebody or uh you know hurt somebody's feelings, was to really be apologetic for what you've done and actually mean it, not just be, oh, I'm sorry, and then keep doing it again, or, well, you shouldn't have been sitting there, or you shouldn't have been there, or you shouldn't have did what you did. Like, what are we doing? And so I think that a lot of kids now, because I know even with the kids that I teach, like, even though they are special ed, they still know right from wrong. So I'm teaching them about uh personal space. And if you bump into somebody, if you hit somebody by accident, to apologize. Do you know some of these kids, and I don't know if their parents or foster parents don't teach them, these kids can bump right, they can go right into you and not say excuse me, or they can just come right, you know how you could be standing there and they'll come right in front of you. I have to keep saying right because I say rat, and they come, they just brush in front of you, and it's just as if you weren't standing there. So I have to tell them, you cannot do that. And when you do make a mistake, you need to apologize and give people their personal space. But in this day and time, the parents don't know, and they don't teach their kids anything either. That's why these kids come to school, they are ill mannered. They don't know how to hold the door open for people that are older than them, or anybody that's coming behind them. They just shut the door in the person's face. I mean, they just have no regard for anything, no courtesy at all. And this all goes with a lot of times parents not taking accountability for their poor parenting. It's just sometimes it is some poor parenting, and sometimes some kids just come out just contrary, as my grandmother would say. They just want to be bad. But for the most part, it's because parents are not instilling in their kids that when you offend people, when you hurt people, that matters. That you're not living in a world by yourself where you can just go around hurting people and tell people to grow up. Like, that can get you up on out of here. And not uh you know at home. It can get you up out of here, like in another universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you will be unalived, is what I'm trying to say, if you live a life where you just go around hurting people and have no regard for folks. And that's just my opinion on it. I'm gonna stop this video. But I don't know if you guys want to, YouTube people trying to be YouTube famous. I don't ever want to be that famous, especially not on here, because, like I said, my name was ringing good, bad, and different, and I still don't understand why, but whatever. But yeah, these people be trying to do the most on here, and I just don't have. I don't want it like that. All I want to do is get the message out there, whatever is being placed on my heart to display to people, whoever needs to hear it or see it, and to make a little money on the side. That's my motivation. But to be famous on here, to be well known, that is not my goal. That is not nothing that I desire personally, and that's the God honest truth. Because I don't want too many people in my life, or in my. I just don't like the. It's a lot of eyes on you when you are very well known on YouTube. Like all these people that have million a million subscribers, and they're, people know their name, and they're making the big money. I mean, I wish it was a way that I could make the big money and not be known, but that's going to be kind of hard unless I have like a AI, some type of thing where I am a different person, where nobody really knows it's me. That would be the only way. But unfortunately, for the most part, unless you're working behind the scenes on YouTube, making the big bucks, when you're on these type of platforms, people, they study you. They want to hear all types of good or bad things about you. They want to dissect your life. They want to dissect how you look from your lace front all the way down to your toes. I mean, people are really into people like that. And I don't want nobody being into me like that but my man or my family or my friends. I don't want that attention from the masses. But some people do. And hey, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? I think God gives us grace for certain things. So if I don't get beyond 2000, then it is what it is. But I've seen some people that I feel like the only thing that they have good edits, and they have they talk a lot of manure on here. They get a lot of attention that way and stuff. But I'm like this: if that's not me, I'm not gonna sell my soul to be something that I'm not. I'm just not. I can't do it. Because everybody, if real recognize real, even fake people know when you're not being true. Like if I go around here acting like, oh, I'm this big bad wolf going about around here want to fight everybody, people gonna know that that's not genuinely who I am. They don't even have to know me. They just don't. Now when I get real mad, of course I'll be ready to fight anybody, like for real, for real. But I don't just go around here acting a certain way, because people can pick that up. Good, they can, good, bad, or indifferent. They can pick that up about you. So I just want to be genuinely myself. Girl, what you miss? I know you had your little ass bouncing around somewhere else. I don't know what you miss. It just depends. CC a mess. But now we're just talking about how sometimes people do stuff to folks and they don't want to take accountability for what they've done. And some people, like I say, I don't know. Some people are oblivious. They don't see nothing that they do. Or, I guess because I don't know if it's not all the time it's they don't care. Some people just are oblivious uh to what they do, or how they come across. Like I was oblivious to certain things that I came across, like, like some of my personality may have come across a little flighty, or a little flirtatious, to where people may have took what me being nice, they maybe thought I was flirting with them, things like that. So, and you have to have people that will tell you in real life, that people that know you be like, yeah, you do come off this way, or you do come out that way, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to you to change it. Girl, I just got home. Oh, you just got home. Glad you done got home. You ain't missed that much. Like I said, you'll probably have to just go look at the replay when you get a chance. But I'm just talking about people, how people want to project their stuff on you. Um, yeah, and then CX talked about being YouTube famous. I'm like, I don't want none of that. If I can get the message, whatever's on my heart, to talk about and deal with, then that's what I would do, But and to make a little money on the side, that's a great thing. But to be out here where people can see my name, Selena, and all that weird stuff, like I'm just not into it, because these folks out here are weird. Like they'll try to dissect everything about you and project, and all it is a bunch of projection, because they really don't know you. They really don't know you. Like I said, when I first came on this platform, I was trying to defend my name because I had muffos just lying their asses off. And then I kept trying to not just defend myself, but also provide another type of platform that other people could maybe relate to. Now, from the little sector that I came from, most people are into the drama, which whatever's going on over here, whether it's about the baby oil and some other stuff that I don't, you don't ask me about that because they've been talking about that all 2 weeks, and for some apparent reason, it's still interesting to some people. But I said I want to do something different. I want to do something different. I want to talk about some different things. And tomorrow I'm going to do a live, and you men can come along as well. I might have some of the men come up to give their insight on things. But I want to do tomorrow. I want to have a few women on my platform, and we could just talk about different things that's going on in the world and how our perspectives, how we see things from our perspective, and can we really get along? Like, is this a false unity that sometimes we have? Do women even like other women for the most part? I'm gonna say no, but that's just my perspective. And that's what I want to be talking about tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about colorism. You know, does it still exist? What does colorism look? What is being a colorist looks like to you? Things of that nature. Because I have been lied on too on that too, and been called a colorist when I wasn't. So it's a lot of things I want to talk about that I hope some women show up and actually come up on my platform, because for some reason people don't they feel they don't be want to come up on my platform. And I don't understand why. Like I said, they go up talk about all this other bull crap, but yeah, that's what I want to do tomorrow, and I want to have different people, with different perspectives, respectfully having a respectful conversation. No over talking, no disrespecting nobody else. Just let's just talk as women. So I'm calling that tomorrow Sisters Talk. And I know Monday. I know some of y'all don't care, but for certain people that I have in my chat or I may be interviewed, but I am going to be interviewing Ty Ray, and if you see it, it's going to be from him coming from I Want to Eat to him in his next career venture that he has going on with him being a radio personality, and some of the things that he does as a radio personality and things of that nature. So I'm going to be talking about a little bit about that. And we ain't talking about no beef over here, so I don't want nobody to be we talking about, no, we ain't talking about nobody in this sector. It's about what he's doing in his career. So I don't need nobody crying. But other than that, like I said, I just want to do something different on my platform. And for those who are on the ride, I really that wants to come along, I really appreciate you for your support. It's always a blessing to have people support you. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. I was going to share a little bit of this other video. I know this is a slow night for me because everybody else is uh, on some other stuff. I guess whatever else is going on. Let me see. This other video I want to talk to you about was projection. This is from Miss C. Tolibert, BOH. You guys check her out. So I put Cassandra Mack and her. This is my this is my girl, Miss Kiki. She's a very nice young lady. I met her also on YouTube, but she has a very great platform. So you guys check her out. Share this. It's called projection. And what do people that don't take accountability? All they do is project. Let me. I don't know why my internet is going slow, and I have 5G.
There are some people out here who do this. Now, before I get into the message, let me tell you what projection is. Projection is just somebody taking what they know to be 100% true about them, their personal experience, their personal thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about, themselves. They'll take it off themselves and try to put it on you. So basically, they will accuse you of the things that they know they are, or they will accuse you of being a certain way that they know that they are. They will accuse you of thinking a certain way that they know they think. And people who project, they do it usually when you bump heads with them, or you offend them, or they have a jealousy issue with you, or you bump heads with them. So just in a nutshell, that is what projection is. Somebody attributing everything that they think, feel, and believe about themselves or their personal experience. They will attribute those things to you, or things that they already know are 100% true about them and their way of thinking and their beliefs and how they feel and their personal experience. They will attribute it to you. Basically, they'll blame you for why they are the way that they are, or they will blame you for why they do the things that they do. So, let me give you guys an example. There are some people out here, they are very violent people. They're very violent, they're very volatile, and they may have had an experience where they've gone to jail because they've beat up people. They've gone to jail because they've threatened people. They have destroyed property when they get into an argument or a fight with somebody that they're married to or in a relationship with. They have torn up things in the household, or they are the type of person, if you say a particular thing to them, they are ready to fight you. Some people, they have this, um not reputation, but this is just their character, 100%, not based off gossip, not based off assumption. It is a known fact by anybody that knows that person, that they are 100% a certified violent and aggressive person. However, the person that likes to project, the minute you offend them, the minute you fall out with them, the minute that you bump heads with them, they may accuse you of the things that they know they are. They know that they're a violent person. They know that they tear up furniture and break things. They know that they threaten people who they don't agree with or people that they bump heads with. But if they fall out with you, they'll start telling other people, or they may even tell you, oh, you violent. You're dangerous. You're an unsafe person to be around. People don't need to be left alone with you because you'll try to beat them up. You'll try to put your hands on them. And you may have been confused, like, why is this person saying this about me? I've never beat anybody up. I've never attacked anybody. I'm not the type of person that threaten people because I fall out with them. In self-defense, maybe, but naturally, I'm not that type of person. Why is this person saying this to me? That is a great example of somebody projecting. It's really who they are. If you all pay attention to anybody that projects, the very thing that they're accusing you of, the very thing that they're going around telling people that you are, is really who they are.
Exactly. Like I have been said, oh, they even said, oh, she's a liar. Oh, she's fake. Oh, she's a thought. She's this, she's that. Everything that people have said on me are really who they are. And I mean, it just never fails. So watch people that do a lot of projecting on other people. because a lot of the times they are who they are talking about. So, projection, projection, projection.
I cannot tell you all how many people I've come across, and they'll just get mad. You all will be having an argument, and they'll just randomly start saying a bunch of stuff about you. They'll start saying, "Yeah, and see, you did that because of this. And see, I know that that's how you feel." And you will be like, "What are you talking about? I've never told you I felt like that. Where is that coming from?" That is projection. The things that leaks out of somebody's mouth when you're having a disagreement with them, and they start saying, "Oh, and I know you don't like me." I've come across some people like that where they'll say, "Oh, Kiki, I know you don't like me. See, I know that you feel a certain way about me, and I know that you think," and I'm looking like,
That's usually when people say stuff like that, that's usually them. Like some people be like, I know you don't like me. I know you been talking about me behind my back. Them be the ones that been talking about you behind your back. And those are the people that really don't like you. But they'll put it on you as if you the one talking about them behind their back, or you are mad at them, or you jealous of them, or you and all these you. When it's them. That's the prime example of people projecting on you. Everything that they feel that they think you doing is really what they're doing. That's why when you see so many people on here projecting, calling people fake, calling people all types of names and stuff like that, people they never met in real life and that didn't do them no harm, and they constantly keep targeting certain people and saying things about a person, you need to be looking at that person to see are they really what they saying that they are, or are they just projecting on another person really who they are. So you have to be very cautious of forming your opinion on here, because a lot of times the some of the main people that talked all the time and always targeting certain people are usually the ones that's projecting everything that they are onto somebody else. So that's why you have to be very cautious of that.
"Yeah, no, I don't think about you at all. I don't know you. I don't know you to not like you. I've never had a negative experience with you." But I realize in those moments that person or those people were projecting. They felt like mentally, they felt like I didn't like them. Maybe I wasn't engaging them a lot. And so sometimes there are some people, because of their insecurities, they'll assume that you don't like them because you are not upbeat with them. But when you're around them, you're not upbeat because you don't want to be. Or maybe that particular day you were just tired. Maybe you were sick. Maybe you were stressed out and had a lot of things on your mind. But some people that project, it's because of what they think. They know that they are the type of person that they're accusing you of being. They know that they automatically assume that people don't like them, or they may have experienced something in their life where people don't like them, and they told them, "I don't care for you." And so if they've experienced that a lot and they come across you being the man that you are, being the woman that you are, it reminds them of that. It's kind of like trauma for them. So that's one example.
Yeah, a lot of people have unchecked trauma and they have always either been an outcast or been bullied in their life, or they just found out that, people, certain people just don't like their personality. So they'll project it on you and you ain't even thinking about them, not one bit. And really all it boils down with is insecurities. It's a lot of insecure people, grown, like I said, grown people that are very insecure. I'm not saying sometimes you're not going to have some insecurities and things of that nature, but some people are just they're just very insecure to the point to where they feel like you almost have to assure them that you like them, that you want to talk to them. I don't have time for that. I do not have time for that. So when I have dealt with people like that in the past, they found out real quick that they weren't going to get that type of enthusiasm from me, because I don't do that with people in general. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like, I'm not gonna say um I'm just kind of one of those people that's not an enthusiastic person. But if I'm tired or I don't feel like talking, or maybe that day you might be getting on my nerves and I just don't want to be bothered. I need some time to regroup. So, but you get some of those people like that, they'll see that, she fake. She just cause wait, just cause today I don't feel like talking to you today, I'm being fake. Oh, okay. So, but I'm pretty much one of those people. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. I say that all the time. I don't know why people don't believe me. But if it's some people I'm just not going to fool with. Like I say, I can still be cordial, but that's all you're going to get from me. But other than that, now if you just disrespectful and you just coming disrespectfully, like I said, you're going to get it. But for the most part, like I said, I'm not a person that's very in, I don't have a lot of enthusiasm when it comes to certain things and certain people. It's just like I'm just chill. So, but like I said, dealing with some of these like real sensitive people, they get upset real quick. I just think about these. Sometimes it's some real sensitive people on here, because I'm just gonna say this: if it's certain people that they don't like, that you maybe rock with or you have in your chat, people so different now. They'll unscribe, you know, from you, from your channel, because you either interviewing or it's somebody in your chat that they don't like. And I just think that that's really strange that people do that kind of stuff. And that's kind of weird to me. People can do what they want to do on their platform. And again, just because it's people on here that you might not like or whatever, do you think it's anybody on here that I agree with 100% of the time? Absolutely not. It's some people, they got 0% of my understanding and support. So, but I'm talking about some people that other people might find like, I don't like this person, they're disgusting, they're loud, they're this, they're that. But I have found that that person may treat me in a different way, even though I do see what other people saying about certain people. But my thing is, I still have to be fair. I can't just because another person don't like, or another group don't like certain people, to just be like, I can't deal with you because this group. I want to have a platform where people of different sectors, different cultures can come to my platform and we can have discussions about different things. I want to be open that way. I want my channel to grow to the point to where people can have like feel comfortable coming here and have a good time, or be informed about something. I don't want to be limited to certain types of groups and people. Like just not all black people. I want to have some white people. I want to have some Hispanic people. I, I want to be versatile, even when it comes to people that other people don't like. Like I think we just have to stop being like that sometimes and let people run their platform like they want to run it. As long as they are not, long as the content creator is not being disrespectful, not putting their views and perceptions on another person or their subscribers, and they are having open conversations, even with people that you don't like. You know, don't be mad at that person for that. You know what I'm saying? But people will get in their feelings, honey. They will unsubscribe. Oh no, she's interviewing. I ain't. Or I don't like she let this person on her platform to talk. I just think that that's kind of childish, but that's my opinion. You know. But let me keep going.
Let me give you all another example. You ever come across somebody and they'll just accuse you of being crazy? They'll say, "Ah, this person crazy." It has nothing to do with you doing anything just unhinged. They'll just say, "Oh, this person crazy because of the way you think." Maybe you are very strong in what you think or feel. Like I could tell you, one of the most common things that people do when you say that you're a Christian man or woman and you begin to talk about the word of God and how God is against certain things, people will label you crazy. When you do something radical,
Oh yeah, like the other day, was that a week ago? Hey Chicky, when I went off on that cockroach, and people's like, well, she's supposed to be a Christian. Okay, I am. Well, I'm a believer, and let me tell you that even though I'm a believer, guess what? I still get mad. I still get in my feelings, and I still be ready to fight. So my self control has to take place. But at the same time, I don't know where these people think that, like I said the other day, I don't know who these people think they are that they had a right to judge people. And some of the most, like I said, some of the most, I would say, vile people, people that don't have no right to judge nobody because they have nothing good going on for themselves. They're a lousy person. They a hateful person, and they want to judge you on how you handled the thing. I feel like, to me, I have handled myself for the most part the best way I could on here. There's some things that I wish I could have had a little bit more self control that day and maybe not have expounded the way I did, but it happened. I'm not finna sit up here and have people put nail me on a cross just because you say you supposed to be a believer. And okay, and you supposed to be you. And what's your point? I can, like I said, people got a lot of nerve trying to judge somebody on this platform with their raggedy self. And that's why I say, on my platform, I'm gonna say what I want to say. And if people don't agree with it, that's on you. We everybody look, opinions are like buttholes. Everybody got one. So that's just the way it is. And people got that bad projection, and that's why a lot of times now people can kiss. I ain't gonna say that. People can people can really go fly a kite or something, uh go walk a dog or whatever you want to do, because guess what? I'm gonna be Selena, and if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. That's why it's about a million other YouTube channels that people can watch. Like I say, I'm not gonna make no excuses for myself. If I was wrong, I was wrong. But I tell you one thing, even though I was wrong, I meant everything I said. Now I'm not finna lie to myself or God about that. So, like I said, these people that's projection with their lousy self and got the nerve to be talking about somebody else. Mm.
in the kingdom of God, people will accuse you or label you as being crazy or psychotic, because people don't understand certain things. People who are carnal, people who are in the world, they will never understand why people in the kingdom of God move the way that they do. They will never understand that. They will try to label you a certain way, but it's coming from a carnal state of mind. It's not coming from the spirit. And so
Like judging you, like you not supposed to get angry. Oh, I'm supposed to just sit and kumbaya every day. Like who does that? And anybody that say they do lying, ain't nobody gonna do that all the time. Like I said, I've handled myself in the best way that I have felt like handling myself. So, like I said, I haven't always got it right, and I ain't making no excuses for it. It happened, and it is, you know, if I keep living or you keep living, it's gonna happen to you too, where you lose your cool. What do these people think that just because you're trying to do the right thing that you're not going to miss the mark? That's why I say people need to worry about their own self. Worry about your own behavior. When people learn to worry about they mind their business and worry about their own behavior, because I didn't ever say that I was Jesus Jr. Thank you, Rebirth. I didn't ever say I was Jesus Jr. And if I did, if I said that, I'd be lying, you know. But a lot of times people are got they have such a like I said, they have such a lousy personality and spirit. That's why they do a lot of projecting on you because they want to make you seem like you the worst person on earth. Like I said, just because I try to be a lady, that don't mean I can't go there. So that's just how I feel about it.
They will project certain things on you because they will know that there are some things that are really unhinged about
Right.
them. This is not taking a shot at anybody that has mental health issues. I don't want you all thinking that because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that there could be somebody that really does have a very, very high level of mental health issues. They may be on meds because of it, they may have therapy. Nothing wrong with that. You got to do what you got to do. But in their personal experience, there may have been a lot of people that have shamed them because of it. They've made jokes about it, they've gossiped about it, they've tried to make them feel like they're the scum of the earth because they have mental health issues. Or they may have been the type of person that did do some things that was off the meter. They said some things that was off the meter. And so people that know that person who is projecting, they're accusing you of being psychotic. They're accusing you of being crazy. They're going around telling everybody he or she is crazy. Oh, you can't be alone with them. Oh, when they start looking a certain way, that's because they out of their mind. In reality, that person or those people who do that, that is really who they are. If you were to follow them and study them and walk around with them in their everyday life, you will start to see some things about them and you'll say, oh, okay, I get it now.
I wish I could walk around and see how some of these people work, and how they deal with issues and what they got. Hey, Dave, and what they got going on in their personal life. I like to see. I like to sit. I would like to be a fly on the wall and just watch people and see what they be doing in their real life. So when they get on YouTube and they start doing and lying and projecting and all this, you know, like if I could just have a videotape or a recorder of everything they like, what they do, I think we would all be amazed at the foolery that we see on here. And then if our life, if all of our lives was uh projected, if everybody's seen what everybody had going on in their life and what they dealing with and how they really what they really got going on, I wonder how many people would be so judgmental of other people and what they got and what they don't got, or what they did or what they didn't do. Nobody would, because guess what? We couldn't hide. Our life would be our life would be projected and everybody could see it. So nobody could lie, nobody could be projecting, because guess what? We all got something in each one of our lives, and some of us more than others. So I really take offense when people want to sit up there and hey Jenny, when people want to sit up there and Jenna, I'm sorry. Um when people want to sit back and judge somebody else. That's funny to me. Dave, I hope I spoke to you. Hey, how you doing, sweetie?
That person is a little bit touched.
It's a lot of touch folks in on
It's
here.
something
And
there.
I'm not judging,
It's
I'm for
something
real.
off. I'm trying to say this as nice as possible when I'm using this particular example. But what I'm saying is that people will project that. People will feel a certain way about something. And that's they will accuse you of feeling that way. They will accuse you of thinking certain things.
Mm-hmm.
They will start to label you something in particular when in reality it is who they are. You may be the type.
Yeah, like people would say, "Oh, she's jealous. She's jealous. She's jealous." They're actually projecting that that's what they actually are. But they put say she's jealous, she's jealous, she's jealous, she's fake, she's fake, she's fake. They're projecting everything that they actually are. You know what I'm saying? So, um, and Bolo did a live earlier. He was talking about your worst enemy is you, and he wasn't lying. The worst enemy is the person that is looking back at us in the mirror, and that's just what it is. You know, so that's why we got to be very cautious and make sure that it's actually something that we have observed about a person and not what we're projecting. Also, the other thing in this whole live that I want you guys to get is taking accountability if you have wronged somebody, whether, especially if you know it, to take accountability for it and don't just say, sweep it under the rug. You actually offended someone, take accountability for it. You want somebody to do that for you, then do it to other people. Um, and that's the other thing we talked about is taking accountability. Quit playing in people's face. Most people are not dumb. They know when you playing with them, right? They know when you mess. They know when you playing in their face and acting like nothing, that the stuff that they did or didn't do or whatever. Like they they know. You don't have to sit up here and keep playing in folks' face because some people will actually call you out on it. They'll call you out on it and they'll let you know exactly what time it is. So stop playing in people's face, take accountability, make sure you're not projecting. And if you are projecting, stop it. Get your stuff, get your house in order before you try to get somebody else's house in order. And what else? That's basically that's basically it. That was the point of the live. Stop playing in people's face. Everybody not dumb. Everybody can see what you all about. Everybody can see that you take no accountability, that you do a lot of projecting. People can see that. Real people can see that, not people that's lying to you. And I'm so glad that I got real family and friends, people in my life that will hold me accountable and let me know, Selena, you acting a little crazy today. Selena, why did you react that way? You know better than that. Selena, you need to deal with this. You can be a little self-absorbed at times. Yeah, you got to have real people. You can't have whole bunch of yes men and yes women around you. That's not helping you. That's actually deterring, uh I would say, your growth as a person. And it's actually blinding you from things that you really need to pay attention to that could eventually affect you and in your further relationships with people and your future relationships with people, even with yourself. So pay attention to that. Don't be sweeping stuff under the rug. Don't and deal with your true nature. If your true nature is a liar, that's your true nature. Deal with it. Try to stop lying. Like I said, my true nature at times was I could be a little self-absorbed. That was my true nature. So now I'm learning that and to be more aware of that sometimes I can be a little self-absorbed and I have to kind of get myself in check. Like I say, deal with your true nature and quit projecting it on other people. And that's what's wrong with the world. People do not want to deal with their true nature. They everybody else is wrong. Everybody else is a demon, a devil. Everybody else is a liar. Everybody else is fake. Everybody else is jealous. When it sometimes can be us. Jenny say, no one has the right to judge anyone for anything. We are all human. We just trying to get by day by day. I know that's right, Jenna. And that's for real. She says, I moved from North Carolina. I needed help from my family in West Virginia. Virginia. They would not help me at all. I was in a bad place. Wow. Well, at least you know, Jenna, the people who really for you and who not. And the other lesson we learn from this is believe people when they show you who they are the first time. You shouldn't have to get. Now I've been bit by a snake twice, a couple of times, because I was in Stupidville. But once you come out of Stupidville and you realize who you dealing with, don't keep going back to those people. Don't keep going back to that person. Learn from your mistakes. Don't let it be uh the same lesson from the same situation that you was in and uh make the same mistake. You wasting your time, and I really hate that about you, Jenna, but you are seeing people for who they are, and sometimes family is not always kinfolk. you know we may be connected by blood, but really we not connected from the spirit and the heart, because you'll have some family that will treat you worse than a person that's out here that you never met before, a stranger. And it's hurtful because you think family would be more empathetic and sympathetic and loving towards you and giving. But sometimes family can be just as cold blooded as anybody that's just out here. And that's unfortunate, but it's real. And I apologize to you for that. That's a horrible situation. I hope that, you will be sent some people that will actually help you, um, in your new residency, and that you'll meet some good friends, because some friends can be better than family. You know, um, I was fortunate to have a good family, but there is some people that I'm not blood related to that is like family too. And I have some family members that we're just related by blood, but we ain't kinfolk. So, uh, it can go either way. But unfortunately, when we go through situations, we learn who is for us and who ain't for us. And that's one good thing about things that happen like this. Things that happen like this, even though they're hurtful, they make you angry, they will reveal who needs to be in your life and who don't. So that's the plus of having situations like this. So don't be so surprised by people, because people will disappoint you, even those we love. Oh, okay. That was 5 years. Well, thank God for that, Jenna. People will disappoint you, even those we sometimes don't mean to, but we put on a pedestal, and that's where we mess up. Don't put nobody on a pedestal, even if there's somebody we love and ain't did nothing to us. Don't even put them on a pedestal. Don't put your full trust in anyone. I can tell you that will save you a lot of problems. Don't put your full trust in anyone on this earth. you know Um, but I'm glad to hear that you're in a much better place than you were. But yeah, y'all be careful with these people, because we got snakes, we got sharks, and just be Hey, meet me. Just be cautious, and hopefully, we have to look at ourselves. Are we a shark? Are we a snake? Because I want to deal with that. I have to sometimes deal with me. Meek, did you want to come up? I don't know if you want to come up or not. I hadn't had you on my panel in a while. I think Meek is in Virginia. Meek, you in Virginia too. I don't know. Jenna, she said she moved to West Virginia. I don't know if y'all in the same place. If you would like to come up, Meek, you're more than welcome. Anybody that would like to come up before I end this live, I thank you guys for being patient. I know it's a lot more exciting things going on YouTube. People talking about people's mamas and daddies and baby oil and stuff. So, I know it's a lot more exciting things. Unfortunately, I'm not going back and forth with anyone today. Oh, you at work? Oh, okay. Unfortunately and fortunately. So, but yeah, our worst enemy can sometimes be us, and we have to just be um very cautious that we not being the enemy. Oh, okay, you swap Tuesday, and that we not projecting. Cause like I say, and also put people's mods, if you can put your channel in and put other people's channel in the chat. I want people to be sub up to people in the chat. I don't know if Marissa's still here. Put her channel in the chat and whatever. Like I said, we all can be blessed. It's about networking in here, okay? Oh, you said you from North Carolina. You moved from West Virginia. Okay. Oh, you in? Okay, sorry, I misread that. I'm in North Carolina. You moved from West Virginia. Yeah, I have some relatives in Virginia too. Um, I think the Carolina, yeah, Carolinas, North Carolina. But yeah, I hope that you guys had an informative, informative live. But like I say, don't let people keep playing in your face because people will definitely do it. They will play in your face and try to get away with it. And I'm like, as we say in the church, the devil is a liar. We ain't doing that. We ain't playing. You ain't gonna keep playing in my face and acting like you didn't do something when you know you did. It's a thing that they used to say. I know I had fools say that about me on here. Throw the rock and hide your hand. I ain't never look. It's in my hand. I got it. I don't have to hide it. It is what it is. Like I said, I don't have a problem with admitting when I did something or when I wrong. When I did something wrong. That's a part of being, to me, being an adult. But like I said, we got a lot of grown girls and grown boys on here uh, that don't that don't know how to take accountability for nothing. Everybody did something to them. They didn't they didn't do anything to contribute to the situation. Oh no. So I just cannot deal with people like that. And there's too many of those people like that. If I did something, I can be a big girl and say I did it. I don't have time to be lying to folks I don't know nothing about. So, yeah, that's just how I feel about the situation. Thank you so much for the super chat. The super chats. I really appreciate that for those who contribute. Thank you for those who press the like button. I hope you press the like button. And if not, please press the like button as you leave. Again, tomorrow I will be doing a live for those women that would like to come up. It's going to be called Sisters Talk. And any woman that would like to come up and have a conversation, we talk about different topics. Don't be afraid. And I would like to have a respectful um, panel that we all respect each other's differences, no matter what. And yeah, and just have a good time. Cause I know some of us can get along. Not all of us, but some of us can. Some of us can. So I hope you guys had a good night. Y'all ain't doing too much talking tonight. Y'all just kind of listening to what I'm saying. Hopefully, it's people in the bushes um, that's actually here for support and not just being nosy. So I appreciate that for people pressing the like button. And forgive me, sometimes I just say things exactly how I feel. And it may come across a little crude and rude, but hey, it is what it is. I said it. So I used to be worried all the time. Oh, I hope I didn't say this to offend somebody. Either way, I'm gonna offend someone, even when I'm not even trying to. I had this weird hey life with Tashana. I hope you come tomorrow and join me. Um, I had what was this? It was somebody. Yeah, I know this AI picture I had up, and it's with this. I think it's the one that I have up now. And when Dominic, the guy that wrote the book, he came and somebody said, "Stop! This lady is has sexual apparel on. Stop! Don't listen to her," or something. The comment said, and I said, "These people are really strange." I said, "Did he not pay attention? There was an AI picture." And anyway, what does that have to do with what he's talking about? These people are weird on here. And a lot of times, if you have any comments, if you're not giving constructive criticism, there was not no constructive criticism. It was weird and it was judgmental. But another lady was trying to tell me how to run my platform, and I'm like, lady, do these people really bet? I'm just glad that this is YouTube and this is not real life. I never had anybody in the real life say some of the things that these people say. There it's some really strange people out there talking about stop. She's wearing sexual apparel. I'm like, man, that's somebody crazy to say something like that. But y'all have a nice night. I done talked enough. Some of y'all probably wondering what in the heck am I talking about. So I was just explaining about the comments that some of these people will leave. But I hope you come tomorrow, Tashana. I think you have a lot to offer. We're going to be talking about colorism. We're going to be talking about marriage, motherhood, uh, all kinds of stuff. I wish you could. I'm about to be tipsy. These people. Oh Lord, don't be a tipsy. I wish you weren't working tomorrow either, me, because I would have you to come up too, because you have a lot of good advice. And shout out to Meek Meek and Chicky and Cece. They they started with me from the very beginning. When I first started my channel, they didn't get in their feelings and something I said, or maybe I was on my BS that day, getting mad and saying stuff, and they didn't get mad at me and just leave. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. He said, "I'm off tomorrow." Would have been tonight. And now it's to I'm doing it tomorrow. Me. I'm doing the sisters talk tomorrow at 7. So I need you to, if you can come back. If you're not doing anything. But yeah, shout out to them. I appreciate people, they're not so fickle, you know. And me and Meek had some disagreements at the beginning because, like I say, I didn't agree with certain thing, but we always came back, and like I said, Chicky, shout out to Chicky and Cece always being there. And it's a few other people that have stuck around and stayed solid support, and I appreciate you guys so much for doing that because people are so fickle. They get mad at you. Some things you don't even know what you did, and people just flake on you. So I appreciate people that don't do that because ain't nobody gonna have it all together. It ain't everybody's not going to agree on everything on how we do things. Everybody's at a different maturity level. So shout out to them. Okay, thank you. So anyway, love you guys with Reese's Pieces. Um, thank you for those who watching the bushes um that you hopefully watch with prayerfully with good intentions and not reporting any information to anybody else. You know, these folks are so weird on here. they'll be reporting, oh, she's live. Let me report it to such and such, and they'll go send an email or text to another person. Oh, she live. She talking about this. She ain't talking about nothing. She ain't talking about nothing. She ain't talking about you or nothing. So they can make a live out of it. But anyway, you know how these folks do. Guys, love you to Reese's Pieces. I hope I said something that would help you guys. I know it's helped me. It's helped me not to be stupid so many times. So thank God for that. And I hope it something has helped you or encouraged you, or gave you some insight. And some things it's just to confirm what you already know. A lot of y'all smart. Y'all have already learned this stuff, maybe way before I have. But it's always good to be reminded of things too. So, guys, I'll talk to y'all later. And y'all be good. If you come and listen to the playback, if it's nothing but 5 or 10 minutes, please be so kind and press the like button. And if you are not a subscriber, I hope that you will subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. I do have some better days than this, so don't judge me too harshly. But I hope you guys come back. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe, and always press the notification button, and so you'll know when I'm live. Check these two ladies out. Um, check Miss Tolliver. I call her Miss Kiki, and Miss Cassandra Mack. And I think, them in the description box. So just in case you would like to sub up to them as well, please do. Y'all have a lovely, lovely night. I'm finna go do something else. I feel I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna get off here. Yes, I kind of fed myself real good today. I had some really good baked chicken that I cooked with some squash. I love squash. I didn't cook the mixed vegetables, and I'm trying to lay off bread, so I didn't cook the cornbread. So I'm going to finish eating that, um, and enjoy my night. I had some. I'm proud of myself. I had some really good chicken. And I had my secret recipe on it, so it came out really well. I'm proud of myself. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.